5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
This is About Space, America's return to space, with news and information on our U.S. space program.
From our About Space Today world headquarters on Florida Space Coast, I'm John Gomez, and here are the stories you need to know about. Apple's investing a mint in Globalstar, a satellite company, and yes, it's that time again, election season. This and more next, as America and the world is listening to About Space Today.
D&D Cruise and Tours is the official agent for About Space, and we invite you to come fly away to all-inclusive resort island destinations, or a cruise vacation from Port Canaveral, and even visit the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, or just come and see the parks. Call for a discount cruise or an island getaway or the Florida beaches. Call today. The call is free, and so are our services. Call 877-747-8631. That's 877-747-8631. We are Florida's group travel specialists. Welcome back. Satellite operator Globalstar stock closed up more than 30% on November 1st after disclosing Apple's plans to invest $1.5 billion in a new constellation to improve space-based communications for iPhones. Apple gets a 20% equity stake in the constellation for $400 million, and if the deal closes today as expected, they'll make $1.1 billion in staggered cash payments to Globalstar to help fund the network. While this space-enabled capability now also includes basic texting, the low Earth orbit network does not provide more bandwidth-hungry services like voice and broadband, which Starlink currently provides. Globalstar also plans to continue using its remaining satellite capacity to support its legacy business, including providing connectivity to remote monitoring and tracking devices. Globalstar has declined to comment on what upgrades could be coming to iPhones that can access its refreshed constellation. In other news this week, NASA has extended 3 contracts with companies to continue providing transportation of cargo to and from the International Space Station through the projected end of the station's life in 2030. On November 8th, NASA stated it planned to extend the existing Commercial Resupply Services, or CRS-2 contracts with Northrop Grumman, Sierra Space, and SpaceX that were set to expire at the end of 2026 and extended through the end of 2030. NASA's current plans call for retiring the ISS in 2030. So while this is a positive development, let's not forget the big issue here, that the space station is dealing with numerous leaks and cracks, and the astronauts have been told to prepare to evacuate. About Space Today will keep you up to date on all things space station. Finally this week, do you remember when the Crew 8 astronauts came back to Earth? That was on October 25th. Shortly after returning, NASA announced that the 4 astronauts were taken to a Pensacola, Florida hospital for additional medical evaluations, quote, out of an abundance of caution, unquote. One of the NASA astronauts was hospitalized in stable condition there, but released the next day in, quote, good health. So who was that astronaut, and why were they held overnight? Well, that's the question of the day. During a press conference on November 8th, 3 of the astronauts declined to answer questions about their hospital visit, citing medical privacy. Astronaut Michael Barrett, a doctor, said, quote, spaceflight is still something we don't fully understand. We're finding things we don't expect sometimes, and this was one of those times. We're still piecing things together on this end, and so, to maintain medical privacy and to let our processes go forward in an orderly manner, this is all we're going to say about that event at this time. So, no answers yet. At this time. Does that mean we'll actually find out what happened? Well, that remains to be seen. Until then, it's just like the military. Hurry up and wait. Hey, check out our Facebook page, aboutspace.today, for details on launches and landings. You can find us on your favorite podcast platform. Just don't forget to mash the like and subscribe button, especially on YouTube. Catch up with David Denault twice a week on Special Report and Don Meyer every Friday with America in Space. Whether you're listening from the International Space Station or just on your phone here in the U.S., thanks for joining me. I'm John Gomez, and you just learned a little about space today.